Shalom, shalom, everybody. This is Israel Wake Up. This is our Monday night class. It's the 23rd of November, 2020. We're gonna kick it off with a moment of silence for the Lord of Hosts and all that He's doing, and then we're gonna do our little prayer, and then we're gonna go into our current events. Oh Lord, I pray unto you, my God. We make our confessions, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love thee and to them that keep thy commandments. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us a confusion of face, as is this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven us, because of our trespass that we have trespassed against thee. As it is written in the laws of Moses, all this evil has come upon us in the land of our captivity, here in the Americas, Caribbean, Great Britain, and Africa. O Lord, according to all thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine anger and thy fury be turned away from thy city, Jerusalem, and thy people, and thy holy mountain. O Lord, hear this prayer, and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary and thy people for your sake. O Lord, open thine eyes and incline thine ears to hear and behold our condition. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Defer not for thine own sake. O my Lord, for thy people and your land need you desperately at this hour. Peace be unto you. Okay. Anybody got any current events they want to talk about?
No. How is what is Trump up to?
Oh, they starting to circle the wagons on him. All the Republicans starting to come out and tell him that he need to go on and concede, for the sake of the country and for the sake of democracy.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, sister? You got a gremlin on your line?
Shalom, shalom. You know what? I'm gonna hang in there. I hope everything works tonight.
Okay.
Love you
Shalom.
guys.
Okay. What you
Welcome
saying?
back, Shohila.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Ooh.
What you were saying, Michelle?
I was saying, what was the Republicans saying to Trump?
Oh, they telling him he need to concede because
Mm,
all the doors being closed on him, and he making the American democracy look bad. You need to just go on and concede, and then if you want to run in 2024, you can run.
right.
Because they done it's over with this time.
Mm.
Yeah. So they coming out slowly. Everybody coming out. Even like his best friend Geraldo. You know Geraldo, right?
No.
Yeah,
Which
Geraldo.
one is that?
Geraldo, the one that had the show all the years.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Geraldo or Geraldo, whatever. He
Yeah.
called. He tweeted him, and told him it's hammer time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's gonna do something before he leaves office.
You think?
Yeah, he's gonna have to go out with a bang. That's just Trump.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I got something I want to show y'all. With this, everybody need to tie their shoes up because there's a headbanger right here. Let me bring it up. Okay.
If you think Wakanda was just a fiction movie and can never occur in real life, then wait, as this is
Okay.
about to change for the first time in history, after the launch of the Wakanda City of Return project in Ghana. The Wakanda City of Return project has been officially launched in Ghana, and the project is expected to be a legacy of Ghana government's Year of Return, and beyond the return tourism initiatives. Officials of Ghana and the city of Cape Coast has signed a memorandum of understanding with the African Diaspora Development Institute. Addy, and 2 local companies, to pave way for the creation of an ultra-modern smart city, to be known as the Wakanda City of Return. The partners for the multi-billion project desire to create a place of pilgrimage for the people of African descent, as well as other tourists to know about the history, culture, the civilization of Africa, and its role in the creation of the New World economy. The ultra-modern edifice modeled around the architecture of the Wakanda City as exhibited in the famous Black Panther movie, is expected to attract many across the globe to Ghana. It will also be a center for teaching the history of the black race. The building of the city is in line with the many tourist sites in the region which attract a lot of foreigners. The city of Cape Coast in Ghana's central region is widely known as the nation's tourism hub and the Mecca for African descent in the diaspora. Every year, thousands of black people across the world visit the city and other historic slave sites to learn about the transatlantic slave trade. The region was the hotbed of the slave trade that saw millions of Africans uprooted to the New World. The coastal region has a number of castles and dungeons that were used to keep enslaved men and women for days before they were transported to the Americas to work on various plantations. The Wakanda City of Return is set to change the coastlines of Cape Coast with the construction of 5-star hotels, heritage walkway, retreat and health resort, conference centers, and the continental corporate headquarters of African Diaspora Development Institute. Her Excellency Ambassador Ericana Chambori Kwao, the former African Union representative to the United States and the president of African Diaspora Development Institute, praised Honorable Ernest Arthur, the mayor of Cape Coast, for his commitment in ensuring that this project comes to realization. She disclosed her readiness to mobilize funds for the construction to begin as soon as possible. Here are some of her comments for the project.
My name is Ambassador Arikana Kiombori Kwao. I'm the former African Union Ambassador to the United States and the founder and president of African Diaspora Development Institute, an institute that was designed to be the bridge between the people of Africa in the diaspora and the African continent. We are here today to celebrate a momentous occasion, an occasion that has been called upon by our very own President, Nana Addo. After having declared 2019 the year of return, millions of you flocked to Ghana last year, 2019, and you paid homage to our beloved continent. For those of you who are not aware that of the 80% of the slaves that left West Africa for the Americas, they were pulled into Ghana, and they left Ghana through 2 ports. One port was at Cape Coast. They called them castles, we call them dungeons. Those who went to North America, they were pulled around the Cape Coast area, and those who were taken to the Caribbean and South America were pulled at the Elmina dungeons. President Nana Addo felt very strongly that in order for us to complete the journey of healing, let's have a follow-up city, follow-up to the year of return, which was 2019. A place that we can say the children of Africa, descendants of the formerly enslaved, can complete the journey of coming back home. Let us look at the slavers and those who have sought to oppress the Africans and people of African descent around the globe. While they may have succeeded for over 400 years, today marks the beginning of the end, where we can look at them in the face and say once again, we are the victors. When the descendants of the formerly enslaved can find themselves owning a home, living in Cape Coast, the very last place that their ancestors last set foot on the African soil, the descendants of the formerly enslaved can stand up and look across the Atlantic and say once again, we are back home. And we are going to honor our ancestors by reminding them, while it may have taken us centuries to accomplish this mission, finally, we can say the mission is accomplished. We are here to talk about the establishment of the Wakanda City of Return in Cape Coast, starting with the very place that our ancestors were taken out of our beloved continent. We could not have found a better place and a more appropriate place to start and build the first Wakanda city of return. We are very grateful to the mayor of Cape Coast, who has allowed us and welcomed us as ADDI to come in and join and partner with the city as well as the country of Ghana to realize this dream. To realize a dream that should have been realized a long time ago. The return of the children of Africa, the acknowledgement of the children of Africa, and giving them a home, particularly starting with Ghana, is a dream that's way past due, but nonetheless, a dream that is now being realized. I am so pleased and honored to welcome all of you to the program that's going to be unveiling what we are calling phase 1 of the Wakanda City of Return. We're counting on all of you to pay close attention to what is going to be said today. There will be follow-up meetings monthly to update you about what is going on and the progress that we are going to be making. This is a city that must be built by the children of Africa, for the children of Africa. We are not going to go begging around the world. We are asking all of you to realize that this is the beginning of turning a new page in the history of Africa. We do not need aid. We are very wealthy people if we come together. This city is demanding that we as Black people around the world, we must speak with one voice. We must come together and let the world know once again that only the children of Africa are going to take Africa back to her former glory. Only the children of Africa are going to take Africa back to where we were once the center of the world. Only the children of Africa are going to take Africa back to where we were the owners. We built the houses we lived in, and we owned the brickyard. We sold the clothes we wore, and we owned the textile mill. We flew in aeroplanes, and we built the aeroplanes, and we owned the airport. We built the railway line, and we owned the railway line, and we drove the trains. I am talking about an Africa that is in total control of her economy. That Africa is yet to be built. That Africa is demanding that no more colonization. That Africa is saying the wishes of our Pan-African fathers, starting back to 1963, must be realized. Today, my brothers and sisters, we begin that journey of turning over a new leaf, of building the Africa that we want, of building a sustainable Africa for us, by us. The Wakanda City of Return could not have come at a better time. Please allow me and join me in thanking President Nana Addo for giving us this opportunity to continue the journey of healing, the journey of repatriation of our children who have been lost in the wilderness for far too long. Thank you, President Nana Addo. Thank you, Mayor of Cape Coast. Thank you, the King of the Kingdom of Abakase. Thank you, Nana Abakase, and everybody involved in making this event a success. We look forward to continued deliberations, and we look forward to seeing you every month as we update you on the progress of this beautiful city of Wakanda. Thank you again.
Okay. Okay, you got any comments? Any comments? Anybody got any comments?
Did that say 5 new airports by 2025 in Africa?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh
Yeah.
my, yes.
What I say it's when this go down, it's gonna happen so fast, man.
Wow, and it seems like it's already been in the works for a long time. Maybe, it's just something we're hearing about, but it's been going on all along.
Well, what's the name came out with that new technology. A lot of people don't realize it, but China came up with that new technology and those new techniques how to build they can build a skyscraper in one day, couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I said before, everybody done forgot about Echo Atlantis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's going to be the economical hub. That's going to be like the Wall Street. You know, like the Twin Towers was to New York. That's what Echo Atlantis is going to be to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the financial hub. And so now they gonna start building on this first Wakanda One building, and they want the diaspora to build it, the diaspora to build it.
Right. Right. City of Return.
Right, for them though. That's just the first.
Right. Yes.
So like I said before, when you just really open your eyes and look at it, I mean, from my perspective, that's what this COVID-19 is. It's gonna run us out of here. You know, it's gonna get so bad till because most of the African Americans don't want to leave. Half of them think they white.
Right.
They think they got a right to be here. So they gotta change that. They gotta change that mentality because
Mm-hmm.
they're going to Africa. It's just not they gonna do it. They trying to do it. You know, they're trying to do it in a peaceable manner, slick way.
Mm.
Because not only are they saying it, but the Most High saying it.
Oh yeah.
When
Oh
you read the
yeah.
scriptures,
They
right?
work.
Yeah, when you read the scriptures, right? He already said where he's going, and so you got to take that same thing to what Jeremiah told him. He told them they're going to Babylon. They weren't going nowhere else. They weren't going to China, or they weren't going to England. He told them they're going to Babylon for 70 years,
Right.
and that's where they ended up at. Same
Yeah.
thing.
And then it says that we're going to return to where they got us from, and it's happening.
Right. Right. So anybody else got any comments on that? I got another video pertaining to the same thing, and I got a bunch of them. I'm gonna give you the names of the video in case you want to check it out. But I got one more.
Shalom.
Okay.
Is Pan-Africanism a friend of Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, you can say that. But you know, Pan-Africanism is originated from Marcus Garvey.
Right.
Yeah, it's just about it's really everything Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, everything Africa, everything everything you do should be about Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I saw Pan-Africanism is. And it's but the thing about it, you know, that you have to be careful with about is they deal with Pan-Africanism dealing with African spiritualism,
Right.
You know, they
Right.
believe
And they
ancestors and all that stuff. So
exactly. Yeah. But the Most High know how to use what He need to use to get us where we need to be. Right.
right, yeah,
Okay.
He used Cyrus, and he used Nebuchadnezzar, and Sennacherib. He can use Pan-Africanism.
Right. And as far as Dr. Arikana, I think I'm saying that right. She's legit, and if she's not, she's being used by the Most High for His agenda for us, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That's the thing. I keep on reiterating is the fact that you know, I was talking about this the last class about I broke down Jeremiah and what the Most High Jeremiah mission was, and he told Jeremiah at the gate what he wanted him to do, and he said, "Don't worry about your safety. I got your safety."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the Most High talk, Lord of Hosts talking. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not supposed to be worrying about nobody. If somebody gonna do some harm, he just told you he got you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay.
And we read in I continuously reading those verses, Psalms Isaiah 44, 1-5. He says he's gonna come in the last days, wake us up, pour his spirit out upon us, and help us. So That means help you get all the way back to Africa and back and from there to your home again. So you shouldn't be thinking that something gonna happen to you, or you should be thinking that you're gonna end up in the wrong place, because you ain't.
Right. I finally resolved, because I used to get a little anxiety trying to figure out how's this thing gonna go down,
Right.
and but the Most High got it, and He got us.
Right. Yeah, I tell people, I always had an unorthodox way of looking at things anyway, not understanding that was the Most High all along. But who knew when Moses was born and then he left? None of the Israelites, all they knew that the Yah was coming and they supposed to be going to get delivered. They ain't know nothing. They ain't know Moses was coming back when he left.
Right.
Then when he came back, but this is the thing about it, they didn't know he was going to fool the Egyptians in the Red Sea and drown them.
Right.
They didn't know all that before it happened. Same thing with our case. All we know is he told us he's gonna deliver us.
Yes.
So yeah, you can imagine how they look on their face when he fooled all of them Egyptians into the water.
Yes.
The water closed up on them.
Yes.
They had no idea that's how he was gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I guarantee they was overwhelmed when they saw it. Yeah. So let me do this next video. Okay. Yeah, this ain't something going on with this video, so yeah, something going on with that video. So I'm just gonna give you some of these videos you can watch, then we're gonna move on. So another one is Wakanda One City of Return, What You Must Know. That's like 37 minutes. Then you got another one, it's a full video, 2 hours. They're going over everything. It said President Nanu Kufu joins Dr. Arikana to the lunch at Wakanda One City of Return. That's like 2 hours. Then you got another one is Wakanda City of Return with Ambassador Dr. Arikana. Okay, so those are some videos that you can watch to, maybe when we come back again, somebody can ask questions or whatever. You have more information on it.
Question.
Okay.
Are we still saying that Gambia is the spot?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So
the thing what you have to understand about that is you want to get over there anywhere in that area, and the most stabilized and the most to me most the best location is Gambia. The people, the environment.
Why not Ghana?
Cause Ghana is most I say it is the tree full of evil birds. But evil birds are around there because you can see this how they set it up.
So when we
So yeah,
talk about the west coast of Africa, that's a plethora of
yeah, it's places to
yeah,
be.
yeah. Okay.
Right. And like I was saying before, when you go to Ezekiel 38, he says that they're not people not understanding that when those unwalled cities, when at the end, after it's been revealed that who we are, we're gonna be in a certain place. Let me get that. It says,
What kind of beast did you say?
oh, I say it's evil birds.
Oh, I thought you said some type of beast.
No, I said evil birds, like a kufu, yeah,
Oh,
Arakana. They
oh,
working for them. They working for them.
oh, okay.
But like I said, it ain't nothing new. He used Cyrus. Cyrus was wicked as hell. He used Nebuchadnezzar. He was wicked as hell. He
Mm-hmm.
called him his servants.
Mm-hmm.
So what we was talking about?
Gambia versus Ghana and the unwalled cities.
Okay, yeah, I
You was
got
gonna
it.
read Ezekiel 38.
Yeah, let me get it right quick. So Ezekiel 38 says, 38 and 8. After many days thou shalt be visited in the latter days, latter years, thou shalt come to the land that is brought forth back by the sword. That's Israelites. He brought them back to. It says, and brought them back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it's brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. They shall ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud covering the land, thou and all thy band, many people with thee. Thus said the Lord God. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall thing come into thy mind that thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land, see that, of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling in thy walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle, goods, and dwell in the midst of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Right.
yeah. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah. So it's gonna be when that happens, when we gather, they have the whole world right now fooled thinking that the gathering happened in 1948. Nobody knows about this gathering, but it's going to get ready to happen. So when this happened, and if we identified who we are, that's when the Most High go to work,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna want to come and try to uh, humble us again. But the prophecy,
They're gonna come and try to do what, Lily?
they're gonna try to humble us again.
Okay.
Put us back at the bottom of the food chain.
Mm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's not gonna happen because the prophecy of all that already over with.
Mm-hmm.
He done returned. He says, let me read another verse. 60, Isaiah 60. So like I said, you can't reverse this. It start happening, you can't come back and you can't reverse it because it's most always a prophecy, and he's fulfilling this prophecy that came out of his mouth. So it says, chapter 60 of Isaiah, arise and shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. So he back with us, back over us. So once he comes back, you can't tell him to go back. It's hammer time. Yeah. So so like I was saying before, you can watch some of them videos and They're connecting all the dots now. For a long time, like I was saying before, if you notice, we were looking at all these different forms of these different octopus from going from all different angles. But now all of a sudden, this dude Kofi Annan and Dr. Arcana, all of a sudden they came together. They're the two main players in this building of this city of return. But for the longest, one was working over here, one was working over there. You ain't even know they was communicating. Now all of a sudden, all of them they came together for this Wakanda One Village. And like I said, it's not a coincidence. They came out with this right here, and look at the coronavirus, where it said the wreaking havoc at an all-time high. It's all that being timed. And then they got it saying they're saying that it's the blacks that it's targeting. So they're making this situation in America look so dire that when the time comes, we're gonna leave. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go what I'm doing. I'm gonna read Psalms 31. Yeah, I'm going to. I got classes about. I'm breaking down the Book of Lamentations. It's on the 3 chapters. So I'm in Psalm 31. It says, "In Thee, O Lord, do I put my trust." Okay. Psalm 31:1. "In Thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in Thy righteousness. Bow down Thine ear to me. Deliver me speedily. But thou be Thou my strong rock, for a house of defense to save me. For Thou art my rock and my fortress. Therefore for Thy name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net that they have laid privately for me. For Thou art my strength. Into Thine hands I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord God of truth. I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in the Lord. I will be glad and rejoice in Thy mercy, for Thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities, and hast not shut me up into the hand of the enemy. I have set my face in the Lord's room. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am in trouble. Mine eyes is consumed with grief, yea, my soul in my belly. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of mine iniquity, and my bones are consumed. I was a reproach among all mine enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to mine acquaintance. They that did see me without fled from me. I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel, for I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. But I trusted in Thee, O Lord. I said, Thou art my God. My times are in Thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me. Make Thy face to shine upon Thy servant. Save me for Thy mercy's sake. Let me not be ashamed, O Lord, for I have called upon Thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence. We speak grievous things proudly and contemptuous against the righteous. Oh, how great is my goodness! How great is Thy goodness, which Thou hast laid up for them that fear Thee, which Thou hast wrought for them that trust in Thee before the sons of men. Thou hast hid them in the secret of Thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in the pavilion from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for He hath showed me His marvelous kindness in a strong city. For I said in my haste, I am cut off from before Thine eyes. Nevertheless, Thou hearest Thy voice of my supplications when I cry unto Thee. O Lord, O love the Lord, all ye his saints, for the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plenty rewarded the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Okay, that was Psalms 31. Anybody got any comments or what they heard or question? That was Psalms 31, like I said. So, anybody got any questions?
So I'm sorry. Reading Psalm 31, you read that to say what?
To say, in thee, O Lord, do I put my trust.
Mm-hmm.
And he expounding this David. It's the Psalm of David. It's actually a song.
Mm-hmm.
These songs that David sung to the Lord.
Okay.
He continuously singing to the Lord all the time. So he's telling you there ain't one place to put your trust.
Yes.
And that's in the Lord. And
right.
like I was saying earlier, you know, reading these stories and seeing how he did the things he did, you should get to a point where you should already know that he's gonna do what he said he's gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where you have to get to. That's where all the prophets they got to. If you see, they all fumbled with him for a minute, but when it was all said and done, they realized what he was capable of doing, and he kept doing so much till it was already automatic that they knew he was going to deliver them. He was going to be there.
Right.
Right.
Right. I wanted to revisit something real quick. As we talk about going, the Lord of hosts coming to regather us and take us back to our land. And I believe you had stated at one point that the only tribe that was scattered was Judah. Is that correct? Or did I misunderstand that?
Judah, Benjamin, Levi.
Okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And I'm asking that because in Deuteronomy chapter 33, as Moses is getting ready to transition, he begins to speak a blessing or a prayer over the different tribes. And in Deuteronomy 33:7, he says, about the tribe of Judah, Lord, listen to their cry for help and unite them again with the other tribes. Fight for them and help them against their enemies. And so, and of course, that's not the King James reading. You may want to read it in the King James to get a little better understanding. But so the understanding is that those that the Lord of hosts is coming back together that have been scattered throughout the four corners is Benjamin, Levi, and Judah.
Right. And out of them three, he's gonna deliver Judah first.
He's going to deliver Judah first. Now,
Right.
When you say he's going to deliver Judah first, why is that? Because they're the head or whatever? They're the
Right. That's the tribe. That's where the king came from.
Okay.
And they were the people that was the tribe that protected. It was the tribe that the king that David came out of.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have to go back and look at the story when Joseph was thrown in the well.
Yeah.
They had panicked and they had made a decision to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And who stepped up?
His brother. Was
Judah.
it Judah?
Judah
Mm-hmm.
stepped up when they went to Joseph had Benjamin. He told them to go on back home, because I'm gonna keep Benjamin here with me.
Right.
So Judah stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
That's his
So
role.
those of us who are scattered, just want to get a clear understanding. We are from one of those three tribes.
No, it was a certain place they were sent. Well, when you do the research, Benjamin was sent to the Caribbeans.
Okay.
And Levi is in Haiti.
Okay.
And Judah is in America.
Okay.
That's why you see what you see happening right now. Judah's gonna be delivered first. I'm in Zechariah.
Okay.
Zechariah chapter 10. Chapter 10, I think it is. Yeah, let me see.
Zechariah 10.
No, Zechariah 12.
Okay.
You gotta read it. You gotta read it. I gotta read all of it in order to understand it. It's chapter 12, and it's the future deliverance of Jerusalem. The burden
Okay.
of the word of the Lord for Israel, says the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and layeth the foundation of the earth, formeth the spirit of man within him. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege, both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day will I make the Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people, and all that burden themselves with it shall be cut into pieces, though the people of the earth be gathered against it. In that day, says the Lord, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his riders with madness, and I will open mine eyes, see this, to the house of Judah, and I will smite every horse of the people with blindness. So why is he opening his house to the house of Judah? Ezekiel 37. This is he's gonna resurrect all the kings. All the kings that you see in First and Second Chronicles and First and Second Kings come from David, which come out of Judah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So verse 5 says, and the governors, that's the kings. Oh, they did. They did right here. So we know there's a resurrection. He says, and the governors, the kings of Judah, shall say in their heart, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and the Lord of hosts, their God. In that day will I make the kings of Judah, they did, right? Like a heat of fire. That means Most High is a consuming fire. I showed you that in Ezekiel 37. I mean, in Ezekiel chapter 1. He's a consuming fire. He made you 7 angels from himself. They made from fire. So when we resurrected, we fire.
Mm-hmm.
Our bodies got that same kind of. So he says, 5, and the governors of Judah shall say in their hearts, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, in the Lord of hosts, their God. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like a heap of fire, among the wood, like a torch of fire in the sheath. And they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in our own place, even in Jerusalem. So these people he raised up, they're the ones that's gonna clean the land out. 7, the Lord shall save the tents of Judah first. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That the glory of the house of David do not the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. That's us. We're gonna be we still alive. We'll be like David. And the house of David, that's all these kings I just told you about. And the house of David shall be as a God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So that explains verse 5. Verse 9 says they're going to be as the angel of the Lord. Well, the angel of the Lord lit on the bush, and Moses seen it. He lit on the bush like a flame of fire, and the bush didn't burn. So he says that all the kings in First and Second Kings and First and Second Chronicles going to be like a fire, like the angel of the Lord. The angel of the Lord is a consuming fire.
Right.
So, like I said before, that's who's gonna clean the land out.
And from the tribe of Judah comes the king and the priest.
The priests come out of Levi.
Okay, that's what I want. So a king and a priest. So a priest is not synonymous with a Levite, right?
That's Aaron's seed. Aaron's seed is out of Levites, but Aaron's seed is different. Aaron's seed is the priesthood comes from Aaron because he chose Aaron to be the high priest. Okay, so anybody else got any more questions on that? Okay, you got anything else on that?
I'm good.
Okay, yeah. So Aaron is okay. Let me go over here. I'll show you right quick. It's in
Yeah, I was just trying to distinguish the king. You know, like you talk about those two olive trees, a king and a priest. but then, and aside from that is the Levite, right? Because the Levites is the ones that make the sacrifices.
Right. But Aaron and Moses is brothers. They
Yeah.
both Levites.
Okay.
But when he made Moses the first high priest, Moses lineage, the house of Moses, the house of Aaron is no longer it's separated, which means holy to the tribe of Levi.
Okay.
Let me read it.
So, Leonard, you looking for the joining together of Moses and Aaron?
No, I got it right here. Numbers 18. I was looking at Leviticus 18. So Numbers 18 says, and the Lord said unto Aaron, just right here, where Aaron was separated. It's like the seventh day separated from the other six. It says, and the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house. See that?
Mm-hmm.
See, father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of the priesthood. See that? So,
Okay.
so they bearing this one verse explains who the suffering servant is.
Mm-hmm.
If Israel go astray, then this is who's gonna suffer. Right here.
Okay.
So he
Okay.
said, and the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons, that's Aaron's house, and thy father's house, with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, that's the temple, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of the priesthood. So Aaron's priest, the high priest, come out of Aaron's lineage.
Right.
But you got other Levites, but the Aaron's household is separated from the rest of the Levites because the high priest comes out of his lineage.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to know. That's exactly what yeah. The king will come from David's loins or David's lineage,
Out of Judah.
and out of Judah.
Right.
And
And
then
they are, and within the house of Judah is David's house. It's holy unto the house of Judah.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's how you know it was more than one man in the beginning, because he tells you it said, and the man whom I formed. That means some more men somewhere else. He did something else with.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The man whom I formed, he put him in the garden. Same right here. Aaron, all of them Levites, but Aaron's seed is holy unto the tribe of Levi because the priesthood comes out of him.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Thank
you. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? Okay, we're gonna pick up in the lesson. It's I'm in Lamentations. Yeah, I felt a need to go here because it's one of them things, and just, I'm trying to a little bit of time connect the dots. So they tell us that Lamentations. Let me read this back here. It says that Lamentations is it's a Hebrew word. It comes from which is a word that means to lament. It says, or stand also at the head of chapter says, and the Greek word for that is tears and wailing, and it's the same in Latin. And then it says the point I want to make, because I want to shine a light on it, was that they tell you that Lamentations is tied to Prophet Jeremiah, and it's pertaining to when Nebuchadnezzar and Nebuchadnezzar came and the Chaldeans and they destroyed Jerusalem. The Jews was laminating. That's what Lamentations is. That's what it's saying. But like I said, lo and behold, the Most High done raised up some people in these last days, and He's giving them some understanding. And I was telling everybody on the line how that Israel, the true Israelites, was ran out of the land in 143 BC by Antiochus Epiphanes. In 70 AD was the fake Jews. It was how you know that the Most High tell you it's about the synagogue of Satan. These Israelites, these Edomite Jews, they live in they worship in synagogues, and they still worship in synagogues now. Over in Jerusalem now, it's synagogues. It's not tabernacles. Israelites dwell in tabernacles. So you say, what are you talking about? Well, when Jesus came into the synagogue, didn't he? In the New Testament, he walked up in the synagogue and read Isaiah, some verse out of Isaiah. But he plainly tell you he walked into the synagogue. So, like I said before, they got away with all that back in the day, but the Most High and raised up people to rightly divide all that. So it plainly tell you he walked into a synagogue. Israelites don't deal with no synagogue. So right here they're telling you that this Lamentations is during the time when Jeremiah came and prophesied to them about Nebuchadnezzar was coming. But when we read it, I'm gonna show you where that's a lie, because these Lamentations is when they lamenting because what Daniel said. Let me read what Daniel said. Like quick, you'll see it. Daniel said in chapter 8. Chapter 8, it says Daniel had a vision, then Gabriel, Michael sent Gabriel to give him an understanding. I'm in chapter 8, verse 15. It says, and it came to pass when I, Daniel, had seen the vision, sought for the meaning, then behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of the Uliah, and called and said unto Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and I fell upon my face. But he said unto me, understand, son of man, for the time of the end shall be the vision. Like I keep showing you, the end is Israel as a nation. He tired of dealing with Israel. He keep on delivering them and bringing them back, setting them back up, and then they go right back to sinning and disrespecting him. So his indignation is at a full. Let me read that. 18 says, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground. But he touched me and set me upright. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of indignation, for the time appointed the end shall be. So the indignation he's talking about is the Lord of hosts' indignation with Israel. He tired of him. His indignation came to a full. And the nation of Israel is going to come to an end. So that's what the Lamentations is about. They sitting there looking at their way of life, their culture, when the Antiochus Epiphanes came, was brought to an end. And I'm going to show you that when we start reading. I'm going to start reading Lamentation. I'm in Lamentation chapter 1, verse 1. And so it says, they telling you this happened when they burnt the temple during the time of Nebuchadnezzar. But I'm telling you, it's when Antiochus Epiphanes came. Chapter 1 says, how doeth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is it become a widow? She that was great among the nations, princess among the provinces, how is she become a tributary? She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she have none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overlooked her between the straits. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are chief. Her enemies prosper. For the Lord have afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity because of the enemy. And from the daughter of Zion, all her beauty is departed. Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture, and they are gone without strength because of the pursuer. Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and her miseries all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fell into the hands of the enemy, and none did help her. The adversary saw her and did mock at her Sabbaths. Jerusalem hath grievously sinned, therefore she is removed. All that honor her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yea, she sighed and turned backwards. Her filthiness is in her skirt. She remembered not her last end. Therefore she came down wonderfully. She had no comfort. O Lord, behold my affliction, for the enemy hath magnified himself. The adversary hath spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into the congregation. All our people sigh. They seek bread. They have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile. It is nothing to you, all ye that pass by. Behold, and see, if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord hath afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. Right there, his fierce anger, this is indignation coming to a full. From above have he sent fire into my bones, and it prevaileth against them. He hath spread a net for my feet. He hath turned me back. He hath made me desolate and faint all the day. The yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are withered and come up upon my neck, and he hath made my strength to fall, and the Lord hath delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up. The Lord hath trodden under foot all my mighty men in the midst of me, and he hath called an assembly against me to crush my young men, and the Lord hath trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in the winepress. For these things I weep, mine eyes runneth down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. My children are desolate, because the enemy prevaileth. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. The Lord hath commanded concerning Jacob, that his adversary shall be round about him. Jerusalem is a minstrous woman among them. The Lord is righteous, for he hath rebelled against his commandments. Hear, I pray you, and all people, and behold my sorrow, my virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and my elders gave up the ghost in the city, while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Behold, O Lord, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled abroad. The sword bereaveth at home. There is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and thou shalt be like it unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. Chapter 2. Have the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger. The Lord hath swallowed up all inhabitants of Jacob, and have not pity. He hath turned down in his wrath the stronghold of the daughter of Judah, and he hath brought down to the ground. He hath polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. So I explained to you what those that did escape means. Most High would always leave a remnant for the Israelites to let them know that he's gonna, he's not all the way through with them. So, but if the remnant is gone, ain't no remnant, they know that the end is there, the end of their nation. So it tells you right here in verse 2, which is one of the reasons why you know this happened during the time of the Greeks. It says, verse 2, the Lord has swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob. He ain't left none of them. So we know this ain't Babylon because Nebuchadnezzar left a remnant to keep the land. So it says, the Lord has swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob and have not pitied. So if he pitied, he left a remnant. But he says he have not pitied. He have thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He have brought them down to the ground. He have polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. He have cut off in his fierce anger all, see that? All the horn of Israel. This ain't no, it's not during the time of Jeremiah. He have drawn back his right hand from before the enemy. He have burned against Jacob like a flaming fire, which devoureth round about. He have bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. Yeah, see how he keep using all? The Lord was an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up all her palaces. He have destroyed his strongholds, and he have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentations. And he have violently taken away his tabernacle. See that? As if it were of a garden. He have destroyed his place of assembly. The Lord have caused the solemn feast and the Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion. He have despised in the indignation of his anger the king and the priest. The Lord have cast off his altar. He have abhorred his sanctuary. He have given up into the hands of the enemy the walls of her palaces. They have made a noise in the house of the Lord as in the day of solemn feast. The Lord have proposed to destroy the walls of the daughter of Zion. He have stretched out a line. He have not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore he made the ramparts and the wall to lament. They languish together. Now this is the part right here that seals the deal right here. It says 9, her gates are sunk into the ground. He have destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her priests are among the Gentiles. The Gentiles is the Greeks. See that? The law is no more. They still had the law. When they went to Babylon, they had all the prophets over there in Babylon. They still had the law. He tell you right here, the law is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. Daniel having visions all over the place in Babylon. So this ain't dealing with Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
It's dealing with and our epiphanies. I'm gonna read some more of this, then I'm gonna open up for some questions. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silent. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured out upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the suckling swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swoon as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul is poured out into their mother's bosom. What things shall I take witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? Who shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? And thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thy iniquity, turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens, and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. So in comments or questions, because like I said, when you read that on your own, you can see with the understanding that we didn't gather here with these different Hebrew idioms and stuff that is not during the time of Jeremiah at all. Any comments?
So you're saying that okay, who is the writer of Lamentations?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's another thing they didn't tricked off is that they're saying that this comes this Jeremiah lamenting. This ain't Jeremiah.
Lamenting. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
you
really.
saying this Lamentations does not match with Jeremiah
No,
because in Jeremiah there was some that did escape.
right. A remnant was left.
Okay. And
Nebuchadnezzar commanded Nebuzaradan to he left the guy Gildiah or whatever his name was. He left him as the king over the people, over the remnant that was left.
mm-hmm.
So we see right here the wording is he got rid of everybody.
Right.
He cast them all off. So that's during the time of Antioch Epiphanes, 143 BC.
Okay, so this Lamentations, you pointed out to us the word all, you pointed out total destruction.
Right.
And so is it like this because he's not going to bring it back until he bring us back?
Right. This is tied. This right here, this lamentation right here has to come. You could say that it's Daniel's lamentation.
Okay.
But it ain't Jeremiah because they is this is after after Daniel prophesied when the Gabriel came to him and told him that Most High is ticked off with Israel. He telling him, he said, you're gonna go back to the land, but you're gonna go back and pick back up where you left off at. And you're gonna bring the Most High indignation to a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And so that came what Daniel prophesied in chapter 8 of Daniel, it came to pass. That's what brought about this lamentation right here.
Okay. So when we look at these prophets, Jeremiah and Daniel, the thing that we want to do is we want to line them up with a certain time of a certain beast, right?
Time period, right? Yeah, time period. And once you start thinking like that, then you start seeing that. You start seeing that because it's telling you that, but because of the train of thought that they didn't gave you about trying to get to the New Testament, you reading over a lot of stuff.
Right.
For example, like I said, this is an obvious example right here. I'm in Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 1. No, nobody would ever notice that they got this Lamentations right before Ezekiel. And that ain't where it goes. But I'm in chapter 1 of Ezekiel. And it said, now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Tabor, as the heavens were open and I saw a vision. So Ezekiel in captivity in Babylon. Who know that?
I didn't know that.
See that? It tells you right here. It says, now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives. By the river Tabor, that the heavens opened and I saw a vision. So it says in the 5th day of the month, this is what's going to seal the deal. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity. So who was Jehoiakim? Who was Jehoiakim? Go to chapter. Go to 2nd Chronicles.
Isn't Jehoiakim the one that Cyrus?
No, Nebuchadnezzar. Chapter 36 of 2nd Chronicles.
2nd Chronicles 36.
Verse 9 says, Jehoiakim was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months, 10 days in Jerusalem, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. And when the year was expired, King Nebuchadnezzar, see that, sent and brought him to Babylon with the goodly vessels of the house of the Lord, and made Zedekiah his brother king over Judah. So Ezekiel was in this roundup right here. When the people was loaded up and sent to Babylon, Ezekiel was with them. But who knows?
Ezekiel is in the time with Jeremiah.
Right, all of them. That's what I'm saying. So it ain't none of the, it ain't Jeremiah. It ain't the Lamentations don't go with Jeremiah. That's a whole nother limitation.
Okay.
Lamentation is dealing with when Epiphany came and they lost their temple and their way of life and their culture for good. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you.
And that's big because like I said, nobody not you just reading over all that stuff and it's right there. You just reading it to be reading it and not reading it with with some meat on it.
Right, and in the proper context, because
Right.
if we don't line it up the way you're helping us to, then we'll be looking for something to happen that doesn't already happen.
Right, exactly. Just like the Antichrist. Antichrist came and he destroyed it right here. The Most High indignation is at a fool with Israel. He needs somebody to destroy Israel for good.
Right.
That's the Antichrist. That's the Antichrist. He can't come destroy nothing now because then our Epiphany's already destroyed it.
Right.
So
And
how
so
did Antichrist come destroy something?
exactly. And it's even it's so foolish to hear people declare that Trump is the Antichrist.
Right.
So you see how far off
right.
We are. Yeah.
And then it's so crazy and ludicrous that once you show them this, then they can't then they come and say, well, they're gonna build another temple. Then they're gonna come to that temple. Where that's at? Come on, ain't no what else temple? How the hell are you gonna build a temple now when the Israelites don't even know who they is? How are you gonna build a temple?
Right.
So the Antichrist claim right here, Daniel right here. Let me show you.
You know what? As you're looking for that, I'm actually beginning to have a problem with the actual word Antichrist.
Right.
Because it's actually anti-Lord of Hosts.
Right.
Huh?
Right. It's a made up word.
Okay. Yeah. It's actually anti-Lord of Hosts.
Yeah, it's a Christian word. So so I'm in Daniel 9:25.
Daniel 9:25.
It says, "Know therefore understand." We know what the Christians say about this. It's supposed to be Jesus, but we know it ain't. It says, "Know therefore understand that from going forth for the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem until the Messiah, that's Zerubbabel, the prince, shall be 7 weeks, 80 and 2 weeks, and the street shall be built again, and the wall in 12 times." So they came back. He allowed them to come back, but he just told Daniel in chapter 8, "You're gonna come back, but y'all gonna start back doing the same thing." Right? Then you read 26. "And after 80 and 2 weeks shall the Messiah be cut off, not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come." That's Antioch Epiphanes.
Antioch Epiphanes.
Antichrist. And look what he's gonna do: destroy the city and the sanctuary, like they try to tell you over in Revelations. Say he's gonna destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end wars and desolations. Then he said he's gonna make a covenant. The same covenant they talk about in Revelation is right here. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That's what Antioch Epiphanes did.
Can you break that down? What does he mean? He confirmed a covenant with many.
He, just like what they cussed and all of them did with the Indians. They came in, made these different contracts with the Indians, but to do this and do that. But they was tricks. So he came in and made a covenant with them for 7 years.
With the Israelites.
With the Israelites. That's already happened.
Okay.
This is the same when they talk over in Revelation is in the midst of the week, 3.5 years.
Right.
That's and Epiphanes done that.
Okay.
In the midst of the week, he went to Egypt and conquered Egypt. Then after he had made the covenant, 3.5 years later, he came back and attacked Jerusalem and destroyed it. So that's what he's talking about right here, 27. "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice." You see that? That's the end. Cause the sacrifice, the oblation to cease, for the overspreading of the abomination, he shall make it desert. So you can't. You gonna make it desolate 2 times?
Right.
This right here is when he made it desolate. This is the Antichrist. Even to the consummation of the children, when all shall be poured out upon the desert. So that's what he did. That's when the Israelites left. That's the Antichrist. Right? But then but like you have to understand. I was talking to a dude yesterday when I showed him that all through the scriptures, it's telling you that the Gentiles, if you call yourself a avid reader and you're supposed to be studying the scriptures and awaken, Gentiles is in Genesis 10 in the table of nations. It's a particular group of people. The Greeks. The Greeks is the Gentiles. He keep telling you the Gentiles is your enemies. That's your enemies. Well, in Psalms, in Deuteronomy 28, he says, I'm going to cast you out among your enemies. Where we at right now?
Among our enemies?
White folks. We ain't no Chinese got us in bondage. No Arabs ain't got us in bondage. It's Gentiles, and Genesis 10 got us in bondage. That's our enemies. So how in the hell is he going to send somebody to redeem the Gentiles?
Right.
His son. How his son going to redeem them when he done told you over and over again the Gentiles is our enemies? He's specific. He's precise. So how he ain't sending no, he ain't got no son. He ain't sending no son to redeem no Gentiles or draft them in the olive tree. Crazy as hell. And so I'm showing him that, but then he keep on trying to come back and put something else in there. But when you understand point blank who the Gentiles are, he tells you, let me read it. Then we can go to something else. So it says in Genesis chapter 10. It says, now these are the generations of 10 and 1 of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth, and unto them were born the sons. Then verse 2, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Midian, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, Tyrus, the sons of Gomer, Ashkenazi, Rephath, Tamagog, and the sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarsus, Kittim, Dedon. By these are the isles of the Gentiles divided. You can't get around that. He tell you right here, these specific people right here, verses 2 through 5 is Gentiles. And then he tell you in Deuteronomy 28, well, the curses, he gonna cast us out among the Gentiles.
Right.
He tell you who they are, but they ain't registering nobody here. And then he tell you all through Jasher and Jubilees, the books they took out, that it's abomination to even fellowship with them and communicate with them. All this, it's abomination. So the breadth of that is that. So that means we over here now with them. So ain't that fitting for our punishment?
Yes.
He sent us over to these abominable people. He told us he don't want us around. You want to keep on, you want to keep making idols? Well, I'm gonna send you over with these abominable people. I told you was abominable. And they're gonna give you an idol, and they're gonna go in there and they're gonna change they don't give a damn about my book. They're gonna change my book all around, they're gonna make a religion and put an idol on it.
And he told us they were gonna lead us astray.
Right. And like I say, the thing is, he's specific who the Gentiles is. He done told you right there who the Gentiles is. It ain't Ham. Because Ham is, he got down there who Ham is. He's showing you who Shem is, and he's showing you who the Gentiles are. They're in a specific location. And that's where he sent us, where they at.
Question, and I know you may have already made this connection, and I've just forgotten. What is the connection with the fallen angels and the Gentiles? Are their daughters the ones that they slept with?
Yes, that's Cain's descendants.
Okay.
They came down to the daughters of Cain. Cain is a product of the serpent and Eve.
Right.
So he's an abominable seed.
Okay.
So that's why these fallen angels, when Satan came, when Azazel came down, he came to Cain's lineage. because he already know that was a mingled seed.
So is Cain's lineage synonymous with Gentiles?
That is Cain's lineage.
Okay.
And like I said, all the markers is there, but you read over. We got Cain got a son called Tubal.
Okay.
Don't Japheth got a son called Tubal?
Right.
Then you go to Ezekiel 38, and the people at the end that the Most High says he's against, he called out Tubal again.
Yeah.
But they tell me I can't do that. Shit, come on. He telling you he's saying his name. Anybody, anywhere. When somebody say Cain, you walk up a dude and meet a guy and he say my name Cain. What the first thing you gonna say? Come on. So
right.
you might not even.
Or if you say his name Tubal.
How the hell you get that name? How you get that name? That come all the way back from the annals of time. Right. Something ain't right.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. So but this is you looking at these words in the scriptures, and every time you see it, it's in a light where it's wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in Ezekiel 38, the Tubal he talking about in 38, he coming up telling us to destroy Israel after all the hell we done been through, and the Most High and brought us back.
Mm-hmm.
And he one of the people that's trying to put us back into our bondage. And then over in Genesis, he the one made the weapons, the swords and the knives and all that stuff in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every time you see Tubal in a bad light, but I can't connect the dots with that.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about names, Leonard, and how the name denotes a person's lineage, actually. So when we like when we hear the name Lee,
Okay.
you know that's China or Lee, the Lee
Right.
family. And
Right.
then when you hear the Goshen Slosh,
Right.
you know that those may be Germans or Jews or whatever.
Right.
And then here we come with names like John and Mary. That does not denote our lineage.
No. It's a red flag.
Right.
It's a red flag because, like I said, we speak in Hebrew because the angels speak Hebrew.
Yes.
So how you all of a sudden you get in the New Testament and then you got all these English names, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all them. The angels don't speak that.
Right.
So it let you know it's a dead calendar line. But like I said, it don't register for people because they've been brainwashed.
Mm-hmm. And they leave no stone. They leave no stone unturned, like you're showing us tonight. If we don't know how to think about the time frame and line those prophets up with those different beast systems, then they've got us again.
Right.
Not thinking like a Hebrew. We don't. They've thrown our names off. They've got names in their wicked lineage that the same kind of name that's in our righteous lineage. And if you don't be careful, even that will confuse you.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, and like I said, Most High don't the thing was crazy was just grievous to the mind is he even told you that he don't deal with no human sacrifice. So why in the world is he sacrificing his son to be a human sacrifice when he says it never even crossed his mind when he was talking to Naomi and Ruth. He said he never crossed his mind to be no. He says I don't do no sacrifices, human sacrifices, and never crossed my mind. So that kills what you talking about the New Testament about Jesus. He ain't making no human sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, he telling them all through Leviticus and all through Deuteronomy that he like the fat. So all of a sudden now he want a human.
Mm-hmm.
Them all wrong, he wants the fat off the ram.
Right.
He ain't all that. That's crazy. And then he talking about innocent blood. Well, damn, you ever seen a sheep or a goat? They ain't did nothing. They ain't innocent blood.
Right, right.
It's
And
crazy.
one last thing, then could you go back to limitation? So you were led to open our eyes on limitation, so that we understand that it's out of order. That
Right,
is okay.
right. Because it's a subtle thing. Because like all the stuff that I'm showing on prophets on Israel Wake Up is to shine a light on these little subtle things they do. But the reason why they subtle is because they lead you to a certain, you're being led to a certain, you led to a certain ideology and you led down a certain path. But once you, like I said, once you see that who Antioch Epiphanes is, and you see what's going on with Jeremiah, you see that all that stuff, it ain't leading you to the New Testament.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, something else totally, something else different totally going on. Like I was saying before, we didn't have that many people the other day, but I did a video on the vine, the eagles and the vine is in Isaiah. And like I said, who know anything about that?
The what?
Let me get it real quick. It's
You
go
said
back
the
and read it.
evil?
Eagle. Two
Oh, the
eagles.
eagle. Eagle.
Right. Let me get it. It's in the book of Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody remember where that was at?
Six.
Chapter 6?
No. Wait a minute.
I thought it was
Never mind.
7,
That wasn't it.
17. Nope. Chapter 17. I might have it right here. Okay. Nobody got it? Yeah, anyway, the parable is about two eagles came. It's a parable. It said that two eagles came to Lebanon, and they clipped off a branch from the top of the cedar, top of the cedar tree, and picked it to the city of traffic. And then once you start picking all that down, you come to find out that it's tied to a basket, two baskets of trees. And one of the branches that were clipped off was Jehoiakim, who we just talked about. The other branch, the other eagle, got Zedekiah. And like I was before, who would know that?
Right. I've never even heard that.
Yeah, you can go watch a video. It was Saturday. I think it was the Sabbath class.
Okay.
But I can't even find out. But anyway, yeah. So it's a parable that was put forth by put forth by and for forever, ever in a day. I used to deal with that back in the day. I never did understand what that was about because it seems as if it just came up all of a sudden in Jeremiah. All of a sudden he just posed this parable, and so yeah. So I was a couple
So
weeks
that's
ago.
found in Jeremiah.
Oh, it's in Isaiah. I thought it was in Isaiah. Yeah. Yeah, but so I don't know where it's at. I couldn't find it. Yeah. So anybody else got anything else before we go?
Yes, clarity.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Antichrist is
Yeah.
nothing new. It's nothing new because um, but the Gentiles trying to make us think that that's something that's yet to come, the Antichrist, when
Right.
realistically, um, and I've been thinking about this over and over again, the realistic is, as she stated, the Antichrist is the fact that they turned us or trying to herd us away from the Lord of Hosts.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
So uh, that's been in existence. It's just that by us being spoon fed this New Testament all our
Yeah.
lives and all the
Right.
lives of our ancestors,
Right.
like our parents and like that, and then probably
Right.
their parents, some of them probably knew better. Um, so then that's, I mean, to me, at this point, it's kind of convoluted, especially
Right.
when
Exactly.
you come into the knowledge and you know better. Okay, so another thing. Okay, so whose people are these? I'm not talking about the Antichrist. Whose people are these? Because the words say the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. They're talking about the Lord of hosts.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But but yet we have the wicked evil people who's here, and we also have, like what we're dealing with today, where they want Judah, because that's who's in America. They
Right.
want Judah to go forth and be the first ones to take their vaccine so that they can, because they don't have the information that they need to make sure that it's going to do what they want it to do until they can put it on Judah. Okay?
Right. Right. And using
So,
them as test subjects.
huh?
Using them as test subjects.
Right. So, but they can't just isolate it to Judah. They have to give it to everybody.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's one of the one of the way they operate.
Okay. So they're willing to sacrifice their own just to get Judah. So
Right.
whose people are these?
Yes.
The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. And that includes them others.
But look at 2 Samuel chapter 7.
Okay.
So you got 2 Samuel chapter 7. He's talking
Yeah.
to Nathan. He sent Nathan to go tell David about Israel. So I'm picking it up in verse 8, 7 and 8. He says, "Now therefore shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus saith the Lord of hosts." The Lord of hosts talking. "I took thee from a sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people Israel, and I was with thee wheresoever thou wentest. I have cut off all thy enemies out of thy sight, and I have made thee a great name, like unto the name of great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people," like you just said, my people, Israel, that's his people. "And I will plant them that they may dwell in a place of their own and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore." The children of wickedness came from Cain, what the serpent did with Eve.
Right. But that also includes Esau lineage. Am I incorrect?
Right. No, Esau lineage and the children of wickedness separate. Esau, Esau came later and merged with them.
Right. Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying today.
Yeah, today Esau and Edom is Esau and the Gentiles and became one.
Right.
They're working together.
Okay. So again, that goes back to my question. Whoever it is, like the Bill Gates and whoever these heads that be, they are willing to sacrifice their own, not that they would have any compassion because they're obviously passionless and could care less about a human being. But I guess my concern is there are innocent people who have never in their life done anything to anybody to cause anybody harm, but yet those wicked evil beings that run stuff today, and I'm not talking about I'm talking about like these people in the offices in positions, your judges, your what do you call it, senators, people like that, your people in the elect, the ones that get elected into office. Okay, those there's a lot. I'm not saying everybody because I can't blanket everybody, but so much of their behavior is so wicked and evil that it causes good people to fall, stumble, and I don't know. I'm just right, like I said. So whose people are these?
Right, like I said, they came. It came about from when the serpent cohabitated with Eve. Then he told Noah to take two of every kind and put them on the ark. They came through the ark. It was on the ark. Then after they got off the ark, Canaan, Japheth cohabitated with Eve, with Noah's wife. That's how you got Canaan.
Right.
So he brought them along for a reason. That's what he telling David in Psalm chapter 7. He says that after Israel became a nation, he says that when they sin and they turn from me, I'm gonna bring these wicked people on them. That's why he brought Nebuchadnezzar. He brought Sennacherib. He brought Cyrus. They was a lot of people don't understand why would he allow what happened in the garden. He's using these people to chastise his people with. And then at the end, very end, he's gonna get rid of them. But they serving a purpose right now. It's like right now, the captivity we in now and all the horror that we've been through with the transatlantic slave trade is dealing with those people that was put in place for our captivity. They serving the purpose.
Yeah, and right. They obviously still serving some purpose. They're right. Still in existence today, and correct me if I'm wrong. That saying where they say, "Greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world."
Right. Exactly. Right.
That's from the New Testament, right?
Yeah, but they got it from the Old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like they say. They always quoting those Edomites over there in the land. Keep saying, "The Lord thy God is one." They right. They already know that, but the Christians don't know that. They're telling you right there what's going on, but you know they looking over it because they don't have the dots ain't been connected for
them. Okay. Well, to me, there's a conflict between greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world, and the other part of the Old Testament also say, earth is the Lord's and the fullness of thereof, talking about the Lord of hosts. And that greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. It's also talking about the Lord of hosts. Am I incorrect?
Oh no, it's right. It's all right, but it's the understanding. It's the understanding of it, how you write it right. Anybody else have anything? No more questions? Okay, so like I was saying before, if you get a chance, check out the video on that city that they're supposed to be getting ready to build and pertaining to Wakanda 1, the city of return. Check out the videos, and we'll talk about it some more.
Is that different than the one they had out before?
Now, what they had that it was going to be, their objective is to build 4 Wakanda 1 cities, and their intention was to build the first one over by Lake Victoria, over where Atlantis is.
Okay.
But then now they decided to build the first one right there by Ghana. But altogether they're going to build 4. And the thing about it is they want the construction from the first nail to the last nail. They want it all to be African American. The diaspora deal with to do. So that means like between now and whenever this happens, it's going to have to be some kind of migration taking place.
Wow, that's gonna be crazy, but crazy good.
Oh yeah. And like I said, it's not a coincidence. They already got that place. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do when I get off this line. Is I haven't checked on that in a while. Echo Atlantis, because it should be up. It should be up. Pretty much done. Yeah.
They used to have when Dr. Ariana first came out, they had a website, and people were encouraged to go to their website and put your name and stuff in if you wanted to, if you wanted to be kept abreast of like they were actually choosing people to begin to be trained to welcome people to those cities and all of that. So I don't know if they.
Yeah, they did. They're doing all that. They're doing all that.
So it's possible that they already have like an advanced party or a manifest already.
Yeah, they already have that. It's called, the website is ADDI.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Well,
go ahead.
I applied or put in information. They never emailed me back.
Right.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I never heard nothing.
And I don't know what criteria they based in things on. I mean, they didn't ask me for no background information or what I was associated with who or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, from me, looking at it, it's going to be all of a sudden. It's going to be all of a sudden everything going to be high speed.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it coming. They're just getting all their ducks in the row. Yeah.
Right. So Leonard, you was looking for that scripture about the eagles earlier. So Ezekiel 17 is not the verse.
Ezekiel 17.
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be. Let me see it. I knew it was the chapter 17. I was looking in Isaiah.
It is Ezekiel 17.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
And you were saying that that's a foreshadowing to Jehoiakim and
Yeah, it's tied to Zerubbabel. It's tied to the two baskets of feeds, and it's tied to Jehoiakim. And I was like, wow, so yeah, let me read some of it. And I was like, I was saying, who would know that? And then even just when you read it and you tell people in advance who it is, you can already see it before you even get into it. But it says Jeremiah 17. It ain't it.
No, Ezekiel.
Oh, dang. Sure.
Ezekiel.
Yeah, it says a parable of eagles and feet in a vine. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, put forth a riddle, speak a parable unto the house of Israel, and say, Thus saith the Lord, a great eagle with great wings, long wing, full of feathers, which had divers colors, came unto Lebanon and took the highest branch of the cedar. So the cedar is Israel. He took the highest branch, took the king. Then it says he cropped off the top of his young twigs and carried it into the a land of traffic. That's Babylon. He set it in a city of merchants. He took also of the seed of the land and planted it in the fruitful field and placed it by great waters and set it as a willow by a tree. So that's the story in Second Chronicles when Nebuchadnezzar came and got all the choice people of Babylon, took them to Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
And he took the king and the vessels with him. Then he says, verse 7, there was another great eagle. Another one came with great wings and many feathers, and behold, this vine did he bend her roots toward him, and shot forth her branches toward him, that he might water it by the furrows of her plantation. It was planted in a good soil by the rivers, that it might bring forth branches, and that it might bear fruit, and that it might be have a good vine. And say thus say the Lord God, shall it prosper? Shall it not pluck or pull up the fruit thereof and cut off the fruit thereof, that it wither? It shall wither in all the leaves of her spring, even without power or without many people pluck it up by the roots thereof. Yea, behold, being planted shall it prosper, and it shall not utterly wither. When the east wind touches it, it shall wither in the furrow whereof it grew. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Say now unto the rebellious house, know ye not what these things be. He's going to tell you already right here what these things be. It says, Behold, the king of Babylon is come to Jerusalem, and he have taken the king thereof. See, tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go back and look at the story in First and Second Chronicles and First and Second Kings, he came and got Jehoiakim. We just saw that in Ezekiel chapter 1. He said I was fifth year of Jehoiakim's captivity. That's the good feed. He said he took him and he planted him in a good place. And then he came and got Jehoiakim. He came and got Zedekiah. Another eagle got Zedekiah and took him into a land of traffic and killed him. So that's the good feed and the bad feed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me read it because people listening. So you go to Jeremiah 24. Jeremiah 24 says good fig and bad fig. The Lord showed me, behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord. After Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jehoiakim, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah with the carpenter. See that? He said he's going to take all the people with him to Babylon. One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe, and the other basket were very naughty figs, which were not eaten. They were so bad. Then said the Lord unto me, What seest thou, Jeremiah? And he said, Figs, the good figs, the very good, and the evil, very evil, that cannot be eaten. They are so evil. And again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thus says the Lord God, God of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them and carry away captive to Babylon, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. Then 6, I will set mine eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again. See, he brought them back to the land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up. And I will give them a heart to know me, that I am the Lord, and that they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and they shall return unto me with their whole heart. Now, 8, and as for the evil fig, which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely, thus says the Lord, so will I give Zedekiah. He tell you who he is.
Right.
Zedekiah, king of Judah, he's wicked as hell. He the one burnt the scrolls on the fire when Jeremiah sent him by Barak.
Right.
He took the scrolls and burned it. So they go to one of the kings of Eagle too. Cropped it off from the top and took it to a place of traffic. It was Zedekiah. And then another he came and got Jehoiakim. So let me read that right quick. I'm scroll. So then you go to 2 Kings. 2 Kings right quick.
2 Kings.
Yeah. 2 Kings 25, I think it is. 2 Kings 25, I'm at verse 27. You got it? Says, and it came to pass, this Jehoiakim, we read where he said in Ezekiel chapter 1 that Ezekiel said, I was the 5th year of Jehoiakim's captivity in Babylon. So we go to Jehoiakim again right here. It says, and it came to pass in the 7th and 30th year of the captivity of Jehoiakim. So now he's 45. It took him at 8 years old. He's 45 right here. So he's still alive. So he says, Jehoiakim, king of Judah, in the 12th month, on the 7th day of the 20th day of the month, by that evil Murdoch, king of Babylon, in the year that he became king. He became the king when his daddy Nebuchadnezzar died. So said in Babylon that year he began to reign. Did he lift up the head of Jehoiakim of Judah out of prison, and he spake kindly unto him, set his throne above all the thrones of the kings that were with him in Babylon, and changed his prison garment, and did eat bread continuously before him all the days of his life. That's the good feed. He was taken to Babylon, but the Most High calls all the kings in Babylon to show mercy to him, show kindness to him.
Yeah.
This is where Zerubbabel came from. Zerubbabel, granddad.
Jehoiakim.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Jehoiakim had Sethel, and Sethel had Zerubbabel. So in order to have children, you got to have a wife, don't you?
Right.
So when you go back and read it, he took Jehoiakim, his mama, his wives, and everybody with him, so we can. Because the Most High want them to keep on. He want to bring a seed for.
Right. So that's why Zerubbabel was able to take that
Take his place.
The wave of captives back.
Right. Most High watched over the seed.
Wow.
And that goes back to the covenant he got with David. He said, I'm always reserve a seed out of David lineage. David's lineage ain't gonna never go away. So he took Jehoiakim to Babylon, and he watched over him. Jehoiakim had Sethel had Zerubbabel. Then when it was time for them, 70 years was up, he called Zerubbabel out. He already knew where he was. That's the branch. That's the branch. It ain't Jesus. That's the branch he talked about in Zechariah. Behold, I'll bring you the branch. That's Zerubbabel.
Right. Yeah. And nobody really and truly, I mean, I didn't know about Zerubbabel until you introduced him to us and, took us through the scriptures and laid it out. Just like tonight, I'm understanding that he came from that line of Jehoiakim.
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Right. Like I was saying, who know that? Okay. So anybody got anything else before we go? Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking about it more than likely having that class on Esau on Thursday. I'm just gonna, just go online and do it outside of class hours, so it'll be on the website. But I'm gonna post it when I get ready to do it.
Are we gonna meet Wednesday?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that video on Thursday, probably outside of class hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So if nobody else don't have nothing, I'm gonna see y'all at Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, everybody.